Actually, I thought it might be useful to actually show you how to pull the mechanism out on this. There's a little metal latch that's right here, and you actually need to hold that up, and when that is held up, the mechanism will slide out. If you don't hold it up, then it's locked into place. So just have to hold this little lever up, and then you can pull it out. And then this bar here is what you want to hold on to when you pull it out. Now this mechanism is very heavy because well, it's massive. So slowly pull it out. And then you can set it on your workbench. So here's the mechanism. It's really hard to cycle it when it's outside the machine, so I'm not even going to attempt to do that. But as you can see, you know, it's got the twin jackpots, just like the Watling Rollotops did of the day, as well as the Pace Comets. Here's the escalator. Here's the bands that I was talking about that actually move the coins as you play the machine. Here are the coin diverter, which routes the coins down into the jackpots. Right side of the mechanism is nothing really too interesting there. And then here's the back. On your payout slides, your horizontal fingers are all down here, down in this area, and then your the actual slides themselves are down here. This machine also is designed to take checks, and if you play with checks, and what a check is, it's a token which is the same size as the coin, so it would either be a quarter or a nickel, but it actually has a hole drilled through it. And what checks were used for in areas where gambling was marginally available, and it was a dodge around the law, really. So if a check was played, the machine did not pay out, but if a real coin was played, it did pay out, but the machine only paid out in checks. So this is the knob to activate whether the checks are to be used or not, and the mechanism actually has a separating mechanism in there, so if a real coin is played, those go straight to the cash box, and the checks will go directly to the payout tubes. Like right here is the payout tube for the nickels. So that's what this little knob is for. Almost everyone just leaves them on cash play these days, but if you have a bunch of checks and you want to operate in check mode, you could do that. One other thing I wanted to point out, obviously there's also a check detection control knob over on the other side, because, you know, I guess you could have it set up so you could play with real quarters on one side and checks, nickels on the other side, or for a nickel machine, one side could be set up for checks and the other side could be set up for coins. Not quite sure why anyone would ever do that, but you could do that. And I'll go ahead and put the mechanism back into the case, and then I'll cycle it, and you can watch the mechanism do its thing while it's in the case. Before I put the mechanism back in the case, I just want to shine out the handle portion of it. And obviously the handle is what connects to the mechanism when you cycle it. And this guy right here is it's a little like a ratchet lever, and if people pull the handle too fast, it will cause this lever to lift up and lock the handle out. And that's to prevent people from abusing the machine. If they pull the handle extremely hard, like if they're very upset that they almost hit a winner or whatever, it will lock the handle out from engaging the mechanism to avoid damage to the mech. And then this guy right here is the guy I was talking about as far as locking the mechanism into the case. So when you remove it, you need to lift this up when you remove the mechanism in order to allow it to slide out. So anyway, so the mechanism is now back in the case, and let's go ahead and cycle it a few times. A nickel, a quarter. Oh, actually hit a winner. 2 cherries. Let's go ahead and cycle it one more time. And a quarter, and a nickel. As you can tell, this, if you're familiar with antique slot machines, usually you hear 5 clicks when the machine is cycled. 3 clicks for the reels, 1 click for the fingers, which detect if there's a winner, and then 1 for the slide release. This machine actually has several more clicks. As you can tell, the mechanism is extremely clean, especially considering the thing is approaching 70 years old. I don't think it's ever been torn apart or refurbished. It's just a very, very nice, clean machine. The back door, let me go ahead and show you what the back door looks like. Here's the back door. And it's got the original sticker on it, which talks about where the serial numbers are. The lock, I don't know if it's original or not. My gut feeling is that it is not an original lock, but it works. It locks the back door, and the paint is actually in very, very good condition. Not too many battle scars at all. So that's it. That's the Bally Bell, or commonly known as the Bally Double Bell. If you're interested in it, please let me know. This machine is extremely heavy. I don't know, it probably weighs in at 140 pounds or so, which is about 50 pounds more than a normal slot machine. But it's a neat machine. It's an unusual machine. You don't see a lot of them show up, and I guess that's it. So if you're interested in it, or if you just want any more information about this machine or anything else, feel free to shoot me an email.